And then when we played AC Milan, you know, they pretty much had a decent squad out as well. So, you know, our whole back line was just academy players. You know, our whole midfield was just academy players. So, you know, I'm not bothered by it at all. You know,
Ronald saying Man City don't start until the last month of the season. That's crazy. Beerback in the defense was definitely on vacation. But a question by David T: would City Bevel be upset at losing a friendly, bearing in mind you play Man U in the Community Shield? Well, I mean, you're supposed to prepare for that. That's coming up soon. So, how do you feel about that?
To be honest,
You lost the FA Cup final, by the way. Sorry to remind you.
Well, I think, to be honest, I'm not typically. We never do very well in the Community Shield. It's not really something that I think as a club we focus too much on. You know, the year we won the treble. The year that we won the treble. That year we played Liverpool, lost to them. Then the year after we played Arsenal, lost to them. So Community Shields typically we don't do very well in, but that's not where it matters to us. You know, for us it's about the Premier League, it's about the Champions League, and also if we can squeeze in another sort of domestic trophy as well, then great.
Yeah. Ian said no shame in getting beat by the great team like Celtic City. He's a City fan, a Celtic fan. Meanwhile, we're on this City ramp just to get over with. Fabrizio Romano reporting that Man City are closing in on a deal to sign Christian and McFarlane from your sister club, New York City FC. Agreement done. You know, how do you see these deals with sister clubs that you guys are doing? Obviously, you got Girona now in Spain, doing well. Fighting for the title, which is unheard of in their history. But this kid coming up from Christian McFarlane, coming from New York, do you rate him, or you know, what are your thoughts? What else does City have to do? I mean, you guys got stars already.
Well, I think typically, like when we make signings, I was saying on your previous show that you did, you know, like we bought like Douglas Luiz and pretty much loaned him out straight away, and then ended up selling him to Villa. We buy a lot of players, but then sort of spread them out. You know, if you look at like Jan Couto, you know, he was at Girona. You know, we've got loads of players that are on our books, which seemingly just sort of you forget about. I don't know too much about McFarlane. I can't say I've seen too much of him, to be honest. There's another young lad which is over in the US. I forget what his name is. He's 40. I think he's about 14, and he's supposed to be like the next best thing. Someone in the chat might remind me of his name. I can't remember what he's called. He plays over in the US. He's about 14, but we've got some kind of agreement with him that when he turns, I think he's 18, he can sign for City. So yeah, typically we do a lot of deals with sort of young players, in particular sort of South American players. You know, we like to do deals with Argentinian players, obviously Julian Alvarez, but then also we've got this Echeverry, which is supposed to be coming in soon. So yeah, typically we do look for sort of younger talents, as well as if you look at City signing sort of in particular over the last sort of 5 years, we've never really signed like a mega star, you know, with the exception of obviously Haaland. But you look at Ruben Diaz and players like this. Well, arguably Grealish, but you know,
well, 100 million. You don't pay 100 million for a. Well, like,
yeah,